Backyard Garden Highlights. Hope you guys are doing great today.
Today I'm planning to share it with you guys how my backyard garden looked from early May to end of May. Because the weather was consistently warming up, there had been great change between first week of May to last week. I have tried to capture the best transition for the garden. It's my pleasure to share it with you guys today. Let me start from giving early May how the tulip was showing off their color. Bright garden mix tulips that I have planted as a border planting seems to be a late bloomer. I had yellow ones opened during April, but other color like orange, red and white, they opened in May and lasted until late May. I have taken all the yellow tulips from this raised bed and transplanted over the side, the border planting, as you can see. Some of the tulips from here I have moved in the front. And then I have planted chili plant here and lima bean there. And I have left yellow tulips in this side so they look good next spring. And I have transplanted some of the tulips in this front bed. And look at this beautiful garden wonder tulip collection. I think the bright garden mix. Amazing, right? And as you can see, I have transplanted some of the tulips in the front of the flower bed. And I'll just give you a quick view on how all this tulip collection, which I am expecting to regrow next year. This is what I'm expecting. Hyacinths are done now, and the tulips are, I'm going to leave them there. And I have also transplanted tulips here in the front bed, as you can see. And this is the Gerbera daisy I really loved. I got it from clearance sale, and look at how beautiful they are now. Next, I want to show you guys about cool flower that flowered in May. Guess what? Yes, you're right. Ranunculus anemone. I wasn't at great success rate for growing the Ranunculus, but the anemones performed really awesome. Even though I got like some anemones in single bloom, but I think that's fine. I really loved watching the single and double anemones. They really very attractive color. And I got some of the ranunculus and they really looked amazing. And end of May they are done blooming and they started going to dormancy. Can see that we yet to finish mulching this area and the raised bed there, and this one I think we'll be doing in the coming of weeks. how I access the vegetable bed. And these two shrubs are really too big. I don't know. I like them, so I didn't want to get rid of them. But I may be trimming them to smaller size so that I can really now access this side, because this has put up nice growth. Maybe next time when you guys see it, may not look this much pretty with with a variant in color, but I'll be trimming them, at least in that shrub. And this is my okra plants. They are kind of coming slowly. I don't know, like usually I have to check my previous year growth rate, how they were doing, but this year I feel like they are very slow in growth, and that's what I'm referring to. See, they have just got a couple of leaves. Yeah, this one is from, I think, sometime in March I started in indoor, and look at the growth. They are very tiny even now. Anyway, so let's go inside. There is not much thing going on. I'm thoroughly enjoying the mints. Looks like they are kind of spreading and becoming a kind of a weed for me. But what I have done is, instead of removing them, I just started sharing with my neighbors and friends. So this was like almost, you can look from here. They are like from here to the entire space. So I started cutting from here, and started sharing with all my friends and neighbors. And look at that, guys. That's the Shasta daisy. This is the only area I have planted, and all these are self-seeded. And I was about to share it with my friend, and we both could not get time together to work out on the project. And here they are. So I think now they are not in a position to be transplanted. So I'm going to let them bloom here and enjoy the flowers. And these two are my rose bushes. They are doing okay. So these bushes, the new leaves are looking, but look at this. Aphids are following, and we have a lot of budworms damaging this plant. I have to spray them, but they started really with nice buds all over. Only thing is, they are not looking great, so please excuse. And the next one I have is all this radish, and they are almost done. I have used them for everyday kitchen needs, so I think tomorrow I'll finish everything. And this is the basil. I have direct sowed them, and these are all my carrots that I transplanted from my winters. I think during winter I started sowing them in the cell seeds and transplanted, and those are actually radish that I direct sowed them, and then some beets. And then let me show you how the banana tree looks now. Okay, so this is how the banana tree looks now. They are coming 2 plants. I'm still debating whether I should leave them here or should I move them to a sunny spot, because this area gets almost shade or part shade. Look at this Shasta daisy. It's wild. Look at this beautiful columbine. I really did not expect this will be a big bloom like this. They have unique design in their, I think, structure. I really love them. And they are blooming. I did not fertilize, I did not water. So they are kind of a really, I think, tough plant. They survive in whatever the environment they get it. Look at the beauty. Isn't it awesome, guys? I was thinking to put them in the vase, but I couldn't really cut any of the flowers. I'm really bad at cut flower gardener if I want to be. So I enjoy seeing them in the garden. Then inside home, maybe once they are tired, I'll take them inside and extend 1 or 2 days of their life. Anyway, this is the vegetable raised bed that I have. I have transplanted some of the tulips here, and in between I have planted red beans. Hopefully they produce some harvest for me. And then I have chilies here, and then I have pole beans which started flowering in the seed tray itself. So now I think after they are transplanted, you could see they are nicely establishing the climber now. And that's another chili plant that I have, and these two are also pole beans. So the plan is half of this trellis I have pole beans, and the remaining half I may be doing some climber. And then when you come this side, in between you have tulips, and around that I have red beans, which is a bush beans, so they don't need any support here. And after that I have planted some of my winter sowing onions. I think these are red onions that I have planted here. And all those small plants that you see, that's the tomato plants. I did not really plant them. I think last year I had tomato planted there, and maybe in harvest I have left out some smaller maybe potatoes, and they acted as a seed potato for me. And from last year to this year they have become a nice plant, which is a happy surprise for me in the garden. It's really awesome to see some vegetable coming back from the last year by your mistake that you did not harvest all these small potatoes. I think that's really awesome. This is the pansy planter that I have kept near the gate, so it welcomes us whenever we enter the garden. Alright guys, this is the flower bed, and then this is the flower bed. These are the begonias that I have purchased from Kopalas. They are really doing awesome. I love it. The climbing rose started producing a lot of buds for me, so I'm really excited to this is the flower bed, but I'm going to use all this space for flower bed, but I'm planning to use cucumber. Maybe one I have the seedling, maybe I will put 2 more seeds in the ground so that I can maybe have 3 plants, and I can trellis over here. and then I have planted all my tomato plants here, and they will grow and they will occupy half of this space and produce shade here. So I think cucumber, I think it should be okay to plant 3 plants here. They will cover and they will produce shade here. Now let's look at the sunny raised bed garden, how they look. I have transplanted tulips wherever I see some space. So as you can see, lot of places I have transplanted them. Lot of tulips here and there. And then I have planted petunias there as a border planting. And that's my tulip. And another tulip there. These are all the painted daisies that they have put up nice growth. So I'm really waiting to see when they will start blooming. And that's the bachelor button that I have fall sowed and then transplanted in early spring. After a week time, you can see a lot of buds have formed in the painted daisy. It's so amazing to see the painted daisies start budding. This is the 2021 spring planted peony that bloomed on the first year, which was great, but unfortunately I couldn't enjoy. So this is second year and I could see the bud started, and I'm really excited to see the bloom. I think around late May, the blue sage has also started forming their buds, the flower spikes. So I'm super thrilled to see how the garden is going to look in June. It is end of May, guys. Look at the painted daisy. They are sparkling actually in this raised bed. Only worry that I could see is like the yarrows are like looking very giant. So I don't know whether they are going to take over the bed and not giving enough space for other plants. But look at this beautiful painted daisy, really loving it. And we have also mulched them after some time, end of May I believe. So the bed is looking very clean and neat. And I hope you guys liked watching this video. I'll see you in another video. Please support my channel by subscribing, commenting and sharing it with your friends.